Hello, I'm Dana Blickensderfer, and you're listening to Art Talks. Thanks for joining us for our next episode. We are at the James Museum today. We are listening to a conversation between our host, Reagan Cosper, and our special lovely guest, Emily Kapes, the Curator of Art at the James Museum. Enjoy.
Hi guys, welcome back to Art Talks, and today we have Emily Kapes, the Curator of Art here at the James Museum. And of course, we always get started with our little icebreaker just to kind of make everybody comfortable, and it's gonna be really fun. Are you ready?
Ready, let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, so we have 3 colors, and each of us gets a small brush and a big brush. So here's your big brush. Oh, it's falling on you.
There you go.
Okay, and there's your small brush, and we have about 3 minutes to paint each other.
Yeah, I'll watch the clock.
All right, Dana's keeping time.
So ready?
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Set, go. So let's just jump into our interview now.
All right.
So how did you get here? What is your start here at Raymond James in this specific collection that they have?
Well, I started working at Raymond James as Curator of Art at the financial service firm in 2005. It was kind of a dream job, even at that point. And it was a process growing the collection, getting it museum ready. But the collection, even when I started, had a couple of thousand pieces of art hanging in the hallways.
Yeah.
At the firm, and we'd give art tours, and there was a tour guide program there. But Tom James, our founder, really had this idea for a museum and really wanted to make it happen. And this became the location. So transitioning from a corporate curator, to museum is a very different experience and a very different mindset. It's been a really great challenge and just an amazing thing to be a part of, to really transition the collection. But I loved my time at Raymond James. It was a very corporate atmosphere and really had some great experiences there, helping to grow the collection. Oh my gosh. I should have gone a lot quicker. Okay, let me focus on this real quick.
Talking, so
Yeah.
we understand.
It's okay. I did it on purpose.
So
Of
I
course.
can win this art competition. I threw you off on purpose.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
It's beautiful.
I love the nose.
I didn't draw your mouth yet. I wanted to make it abstract. I don't know what this means, abstract. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was talking and definitely not painting.
It's amazing.
All right.
Okay.
1 more second.
Oh, okay.
Oh geez. Here.
So you got my hair down perfectly.
1 time.
Yay! It's beautiful.
It's all drippy.
I love it.
Great job, lady.
Yay! All right.
You really got me with the questions.
I know.
I was thinking about the question and definitely not enough time to paint that.
I would have to say, for the winner, I love the flatness of the face, but the hair is amazing. Reagan wins this one with the hair.
Yay! I finally won one.
She captured your hair so wildly. I love it.
So you said
That's
your
great.
dream job is like this. So how did you get into curating?
So I started with the collection. That's how it started. It was in 2005.
Okay.
So I've been over this collection now for quite a number of years. It's about 14.
Wow.
But the museum is pretty amazing. Every day is a little different.
Yeah.
There's so much variety, and it's really a lot of project management. So we're working on special exhibitions. Sometimes what's coming up, next week, next month. But I'm also scheduling out and really looking strategically at shows that we want to put on years from now. So our calendar is set really about 3 years out right now, so we know exactly what's going to be happening.
Okay, so what is like that kind of process like? So how do you find these shows to even begin with? Like, what does your team go through?
So every once in a while, shows come to us. So people are slowly finding out about the James Museum. Since we are only a year and a half old, a lot of times that process is us seeking out exhibitions. So the calendar is set between the outside exhibition organizers that we work with, either other museums, either independent curators. Sometimes it's other collections, and then I'll develop exhibitions around those. So it's a combination of outside and in-house exhibitions. And so it's been really fascinating to find them, to look at contracts, to look at the variety that we would want. The special exhibition gallery is going to showcase some of the related yet different Western art that might be out there that's in our permanent collection. Wildlife, nature, there's a lot of related topics that might either fill in a gap or have a new twist on something that we're showing in our permanent gallery. And so there's a lot of ways to do that. But one of those special exhibitions that we put on early in the year was for James Michaels, who's a local pop artist.
I saw that one.
all of that art came from the Raymond James offices. So it's all our founders, Tom and Mary James, is all their art. So I pulled there and developed the show for him. It was a retrospective of his career, about 35 years of just really wonderful pop paintings. So that was really fun to put together.
So what are some of like the main challenges you face when putting shows together, other than the fact that y'all are so new?
We are new, and our staff is quite small, so we wear a lot of hats. But I think probably the biggest challenge is time. So we still consider ourselves a startup. We're at times still developing processes and figuring out what's going to be best for us as we're doing it. And so, trying to juggle those short-term deadlines coupled with the long-term planning is probably the biggest challenge in thinking about it. And a lot of times when I've borrowed a show, it's happened in the last couple of cases where we've wanted to supplement a bit with what we have, or maybe put a twist on it, or either add something from our collection or add more content. And so I've been able to do that. And sometimes it's been a bit unexpected, but I think it's worked out really well.
I like that. So just like on the flip side, what has been like your most successful show so far?
Gosh, successful can mean so many different things. But what comes to mind is the Edward S. Curtis photography exhibition that was in the spring here. That was developed from the Rob and Susan Huff collection, and I worked with them to select the pieces and then told the story of Edward Curtis as a photographer. He had a fascinating life, and it was pretty complicated too, and to really tell that story, creating timelines and a lot of context and maps. We developed all of that in-house and told that story, and I think it came across pretty well. We had great reviews from that, and it was a pleasure working on it.
Would you say like that one was your favorite, or like do you have a favorite so far that you've done?
I don't know. They've all been so different. It is really tough. It's almost like whatever might be the most exciting, and in my head is the one I'm working on right now. But I really enjoyed the James Michaels exhibition. The work is so nostalgic for me, and I've gotten to know James Michaels and his wife Julie over the years, working for the collection so long, and so that was really, really fun to put together, and was a great retrospective. So they're all different in their own ways.
So what kind of trends do you see coming towards the James Museums? Like, is there like a certain art genre that you see more popular, like that you want to incorporate here, or like what do you see coming?
Well, I know what's coming from the calendar that we've been planning out, and it is a combination of so many things, but just in general, trends I see are are topics that showcase more diversity, more women, more people of color, topics that might not have been addressed before, or maybe they're from a different perspective. I was just in Minneapolis seeing the Hearts of Our People exhibition that features Native American women artists. It was a comprehensive exhibition over 100 years and over 100 artists. And it was fantastic to see them showcased and featured, and so much advising went on from the Native women artists, and really showing their perspective. And I think that's really important, and it's been brought to light more lately.
No, I like that. So sorry, just give me 1 second. So in order to like incorporate that kind of exhibit, or how do you want to get more involved with local artists, or would you like be willing to go national? Like, what's your level? Like, how do you reach local artists compared to like a national level? Like, which do you prefer?
Well, our collection is pretty specific. So our permanent collection is really featuring arts of the American West and masters of those topics. And so it is pretty specific in that way. There are some local artists in our collection from the James collection. They're not necessarily, there's not many of them on display here at the museum right now, but this only is a small part of it. So but we do have local art in the collection. But I'd say for local artists, sometimes I'll hear from them and they'll want to show me their work, and I've met with a few of them, but generally speaking, to have an artist get more involved with their arts organization, their local arts organization, working with St. Pete Art Alliance or Warehouse Arts District here in St. Pete, those are really well-known organizations to network and to get out there. But we may have something on the local level in the future. We just had Cecilia Loiza paint a mural in our education room, and that was amazing. The St. Pete Art Alliance was helpful with that, and it was just great to bring in some local.
So you partner with like the community.
Yes,
like a lot.
Yes,
That's awesome.
We do. Our community engagements manager is really involved in the city and the community with the Art Alliance, with the Public Arts Commission of the city, and so we've had some really great partnerships, and we'll continue to do that.
That's awesome. So, can you tell me anything about like certain member shows maybe? Like, can you partner with certain community things? Are you looking to do that, or are you just strictly like trying to focus on like your collection?
I guess right now it's a little more on the collection, but you never know what the future will hold.
So I just want to thank you for your time. I know you're very busy, but is there any like just general advice you can give local artists of all of Tampa Bay that like could really help them either get involved here or just outside, like even nationally? Like, what could they do now that would help them?
Gosh, definitely getting involved with whatever, you know, having the perseverance, but also maybe a little bit of patience too, because it does take some time. But I think having, going to the openings, submitting your work to a recalled artist opportunity, going to shows and networking with other artists, and being a part of those networks, I think, is really important to get yourself out there and to hopefully build your resume. But it's an exciting time in St. Petersburg and Tampa Bay area in general for the arts. There's so many galleries and community organizations and museums. So it's a great time to be an artist, I think, in this area.
Well, I just want to again thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
This was awesome. Your painting is better than mine, and it looks like me, so it's beautiful. Thank you again. Hope to see you in the next episode.
Thank you.